I'm about to head out to the gym, and I figured this would be a great time to do my top list of gym fragrances. I'm going to be reviewing 15 different fragrances that I really enjoy using for the gym. Now, this is a big list. Some of these are going to be, used more so than others, but these are all ones that I do enjoy wearing to the gym. When I look at, this, what kind of makes a gym fragrance, in my opinion, and something that I want to wear to the gym, might be different than what a lot of people, look for. For starters, unlike a large majority of the fragrance community, I'm not looking for something to perform and project like crazy. Matter of fact, I'm kind of looking for the opposite. Projection's okay, but performance, I'm not looking for something that's going to really go past a couple hours, because that's what I need for the gym. I usually work out either in the morning or more recently it's been the evening, and I don't want that fragrance to be something that's going to last really past the gym, because I want to wear something else, especially if I'm working out in the morning and I got work or something I got to go to. I have a job that's very much, I'm an attorney, I got to be in a suit. A lot of these gym fragrances are fresh, sporty fragrances. So that takes me to the next point. What I look for is something that's fresh, that's, mass appealing, that smells clean, because you're in the gym, you're working out, you're getting sweaty, you got a lot of people around you that are also in the same situation. So I want something that's going to be kind of fresh and clean smelling and maybe uplifting. So anyway, that's kind of the criteria. I'm not looking for something that's, again, beast mode, that's crazy loud, or that's going to, last forever. So I know a lot of people in the fragrance community, that's really all they seem to care about anymore. But I think this is a situation where it makes more sense to not, wear something such as that. So anyway, I do got 15 and a few runner-ups. So I'm going to make this list. I'm going to go through these pretty quick. I'm going to go full note breakdowns or anything like that. I'm going to give you kind of a general overview of what the fragrance smells like and why I enjoy wearing it. So, the first one is Insurrection 2 from Rayon Tradition. This is their version of Creed's Aventus cologne. So they have several different colognes. They have this one, the Wild, which is a Pure Havane cologne. They have their normal Insurrection, which is their Creed Aventus, cologne, but not Creed Aventus cologne. It's just a cologne of Creed Aventus. And then this is one of the newer ones. This one smells very good. It smells, honestly, surprisingly close for the money. You can get this for about $20. Performance on me is about 2-3 hour mark. I don't go crazy heavy, though, at the gym either, because, again, I'm not trying to, really just overload people. I'm just trying to smell good, and it's going to project off you when you're working out anyway. That said, you can go heavier on a lot of these because they are super light. So anyway, this is pretty much Creed Aventus without the vanilla. It focuses more on mandarin orange, and it's a fresher, cleaner, more, summery, basically, version of Creed Aventus. They did a really good job on that. Next one should be no surprise to anybody, this is Nautica Voyage. Now, I know some people say they don't get performance on this. They did the old vintage bottles. This is a new bottle. This, I get good performance for a fresh fragrance, a cheapie. I mean, this is like $12 on Amazon. This lasts me 6 hours. So this is kind of going past the mark that, I really want. I would wear this, if I had a night workout and wasn't going anywhere afterwards, or if I was going just to hang out or something like that, then I would definitely still wear this. I still do wear this. This smells just like a marine cucumber type of smell. You get this cucumber melon kind of vibe from it. And this just nice, fresh aquaticness. And there's also this masculine appeal to it. My girlfriend actually really enjoys this one. I've gotten compliments on this one, and again, it's $12, and this is one of the better performers out of the bunch. You can't go wrong with that. Next one is Perilous Fred, which has a very interesting bottle. A lot of you have probably tried this. This is basically a clone of Aqua de Jo, okay, the Pour Homme, the original. what they do is they kind of add this spiciness to it. There's added notes of cinnamon, which just gives it kind of more of a kick, but it smells a lot like Giorgio Armani. Now, it does smell a lot more synthetic, but again, for the gym and what you need it for, this one's not bad. Performance on me is about the 3-hour mark as well, and this can be had very cheap. I'm talking 20 bucks or under. So next up is by the House of Armagh for Sterling. This is Hunter Intense. Okay, there's a normal Hunter, so you got to make sure you get the Intense. The bottle itself is pretty cheap. You can see it's already kind of ate up. I've had this for a while now, though. And what this is, and this performance on this is pretty good actually too. It's about 5-6 hour mark. What this is it's essentially a hybrid of Dior Sauvage EDT with this Invictus Aqua. So you get this kind of Invictus bubblegummy, grape kind of bubblegum smell mixed with Dior Sauvage spiciness. It smells really good. Obviously, both of those are huge compliment getters. It will get you attention. And again, it does perform very well. It smells very masculine, but also fresh. And due to that kind of citrusy, which is a lot of what these are based around, either citrus or aquatic-based fragrances, this is going to be great for the gym. So next up, this was hyped crazy by Curly Scents. And Curly Fragrances, I don't remember which is which as far as the tag goes for the channel, but this is Antonio Banderas Blue Seduction. So this is super cheap. This is like 12 bucks. A lot of people compare this to Versace Mano Fresh. It's just a cheaper version. We'll say this is cheap enough. You can get this for around 30 bucks for 100 ml, if that. So yeah, and why not get the real one? This smells very synthetic. It smells good. It's not my favorite. I would recommend something actually else, which is King of Seduction by Antonio Banderas. You can tell there's a much larger dent in this one than the other one. This is also 12 bucks, but this has a sweet aquatic vibe to it. It smells there it is. It smells again like that Invictus kind of bubblegum vibe to it. So it's another Invictus style fragrance. There's definitely sweet, but it's not cloyingly sweet. And it just smells fresh and clean. But you get that kind of that same grape bubblegumness to it. There's a pineapple in here that really comes out. Also smells like there's melon or something in here. But this one, I prefer much over Blue Seduction, personally. They're both super cheap. I mean, you can pick them both up if you want. Both are super wearable for the gym. Alright, so next up is going to be from Ferragama. And this is Ferragama Black. This has been hyped to, the hell and back by Jeremy Fragrance. It is a very fresh smelling fragrance, fresh and clean. It smells a lot like kind of like almost like a clean laundry vibe to it. People compare it to La Nuit. I get that to an extent, but it certainly goes its own way. It does have cardamom in it, but there's also this spiciness to it in the opening. Now this, you have to be okay with some powder in your fragrances because it is powdery, but it smells really good. It also performs very well. This, again, I think is around $20. You can get it at most discounters or TJ Maxx often. It does have a slightly powdery vibe to it, but it's very fresh, very clean. It's got the seductiveness about it. And yeah, this one actually kind of lasts. I get about 5-6 hours out of this. So next is actually kind of a surprise. This was found for 10 bucks at a TJ Maxx, and this is by Parfums Abusin. I'm probably butchering this. It's called Salted Vetiver. And these are supposed to be It says EDT on it, but then the sticker on the bottom, I believe, said EDP. Okay, never mind. It's supposed to say EDT. Concentration. This one's called Salted Vetiver. They also have one called Liquid Amber. Liquid Amber smells like a Spice Bomb Extreme clone. This one also smells like a clone. And what I get from it is it smells very much like YSLY to me. Mixed kind of with like light blue or something like that. But it's very fresh, very aquatic-y, slight sweetness to it. It's got this nice saltiness to it. It's very inoffensive. This, you need to spray heavy. This does not perform well. Again, it's $10 at TJ Maxx, but it is not a bad smelling fragrance. It's great for the gym. If you like YSLY, if you like, Versace Pour Homme, if you like light blue, those kind of fragrances, you're gonna like this. Again, it's $10, and honestly, surprisingly, it doesn't smell overly synthetic. The next one, I almost broke, like Jeremy Fragrance, is by Sean John, and this is 3 a.m. This is the one that gets compared to Millésime Imperial. Mine's already broken. As you can tell, the collar's stuck in here. The bottles are super cheap. Now, what these do have that is really cool is pressurized atomizers. One of the best in the game on a super cheap fragrance. This is around the $20 to $30 mark for a 100 ml bottle. Performance is not great. It does resemble Millésime Imperial, but to me it smells like a younger version. It smells like almost like a fierce Abercrombie. If Abercrombie came out with Millésime Imperial, this is what it smells like to me. It's very fresh, very citrusy. Does have this almost kind of like watermelon-like vibe to it. Saltiness to it. And it smells very masculine. This one's very, again, mass appealing. You can go heavy on the trigger with this. It does not last long, but it doesn't really matter. Like I said, you can go heavy. You're not going to be, bothering people or anything like that. It's certainly a very likable fragrance. So next is from the house of Ajmal. This is Ajmal Blue. Now this is cheap as well. I think it's about $26 or something for this 80 ml or whatever this is, 100 ml maybe. Bottle, and what this is essentially is a clone of Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. Now, it does smell like Fierce. It smells fresher to me though. It smells brighter, it smells fresher, and it smells slightly more mature in the sense that Fierce to me is a very juvenile fragrance. It's for teens, kids. And that's what I associate it with because that's who wore it. It's, when it came out, it was a bunch of teenagers for the longest time. That's who they were marketing toward. This smells a lot like Fierce, but it does smell slightly more, mature. It's lighter, it's fresher, and it just smells more grown up. So anyway, if you like Fierce, you'd probably be a fan of this, and it's super cheap. The old batches of Fierce are expensive. This performs pretty good. Again, I get about 5 or 6 hours out of it. So it's one of the longer lasting of the bunch. The next one is going to be from the house of Jimmy Choo. And this is Choo Man Ice. Now, what this smells like essentially is lemonade almost in a bottle. Good atomizers too. So you get this nice creamy lemon. It does have this like effervescent kind of vibe to it, which is where that like ice comes from in here. Actually spread this one on tester strip. Does not perform well though. Again, you get about 3-4 hours out of it max. Yeah, but it's got this nice, not really minty, but almost lemon, like iced lemon smell in the opening, and it dries down to this nice kind of creamy lemon. And again, it lasts about 3 hours. Perfect for the gym, especially if it's something in the summer in the gym and you're getting a good workout in. It smells very good. The next one is also from the house of Jimmy Choo, and this is Choo Man Intense. So you can tell there's a dent in here as well. This is one of my girl's favorite for me to wear to the gym. It smells a lot like an Invictus style fragrance, but it's got the spice amped up. It's like if you took Invictus Aqua and then added in the spice from Dior Sauvage. It's a peppery spiciness about it. Smells very good. It is going to have that sweetness to it, though, so you got to be okay with those kind of bubblegummy kind of fragrances. Next up is Lacoste White. This is kind of, again, this is a very citrusy, juvenile kind of fragrance. Performance stocks, you get about, well, it's not bad, but for what I'm looking for, you get about 3 hours. Sweet, citrusy. And again, it has a very similar vibe, kind of to Fierce. It doesn't smell like Fierce, but it's got a similar kind of vibe of who would wear it. Almost like this sweet kind of melon tone to it, as well as citruses. But it's very inoffensive, very mass appealing. Again, it smells really good. Next up is by Tommy Bahama, and this is St. Kitts. Now this one's it's a softer scent profile. It sits closer to the skin. It's not a loud projector at all. It's just this kind of slightly sweet, salty, aquatic profile. But it's great for the gym. Again, you're not looking for something that's going to be crazy busting off your skin. This one's more intimate. It's got this sweet kind of sexy, aquatic vibe with some salt in the background. Smells very good. You're also likes that one a lot. So the next one you've probably seen me do videos on. I just picked this up and I've been loving it. It's by Canon or Canon. It's called their Nordic Element series. This is Air. Now I've tried Earth. They have water as well. I'm gonna get the water or ocean or whichever one it is and test that. Earth was it smelled basically like green Irish tweed mixed with Irish Spring soap. So I didn't pick that one up. I sprayed it and I went back the next day and sprayed it and actually smelled the dry down. And it was not something that I was huge on. This, however, is fantastic for a cheap fragrance. It's got a great atomizer too. You get this nice, sweet, citrusy, effervescent opening, which is kind of where the air comes from. It really smells like it's kind of popping off. There's ginger in here that's really helping that happen. As it dries down, it becomes a lot spicier. There's amber in here. There's vanilla in here. And it almost, to me, still can't pinpoint what it is, but it resembles almost like a fresh take on Leighton on the dry down. That's kind of what I get from it. It's like a fresher Leighton in the dry down with a nice citrusy opening, effervescent opening. And this one actually, I thought was a terrible performer. I thought it was gone, but then I had worn it again and again. And the last 2 days I had worn it, I really realized I was still picking it up on the 4 or 5 hour mark. But, you know, it wasn't overly loud. It's not projecting like a monster or anything like that. So it's a great gym scent. Definitely get you a solid 3 hours, no problem. But like I said, you're going to be picking it up past that mark. And for $12, I am not disappointed at all in this. I'm actually probably going to pick up another bottle at some point. Maybe when I order the water or ocean or whatever it is to test that out for you all. But yeah, it's got a cool wooden cap, and they're all about like preserving, you know, making basically fragrances that are safe for the environment, which is kind of cool too. You know, I mean, it's again, it's a good company, ethical company, and this smells dang good. Like I said, I'd pass on Earth, but man, that was worth picking up. So the next one's probably very surprising. This is Adidas Game. Okay, so I got this in like a pack from my family as a gift. So, interesting. I'm getting off the test strip like a Skittles vibe, but what it smells like. This smells a lot like Chanel Homme Sport. Kind of like the Extreme because there is a sweetness to it, but it's closer to the original Chanel Homme Sport. And this is like $10 or something. You know, performance isn't great. It's ADT concentration. Again, talking 2-3 hour mark, but it's great for the gym. You get that very nice, mass appealing scent profile, and it's cheap. I was surprised coming from Adidas fragrance. And I got two that are just kind of like honorable mentions, I guess. This is Perfumer's Choice. This would have been on the list. It's Creative Ventus cologne. It actually smells pretty good. It's got an interesting body spray sort of, sprayer on it. Smells surprisingly good for the money. This was like $10 when I got it. It's by Victor. Now, the reason I didn't recommend this, it's supposedly an EDP concentration. I get 20 minutes out of this and it's gone. A lot of times it won't even make it to the gym. Now, the reason I threw it on here is because you could certainly throw this in your gym bag. And actually, I think that's pretty much kind of what it was designed for. If you were to do that and you sprayed this on at the gym, right before, right as you're about to get, you're working on, you probably would pick it up, and you can go pretty heavy with it due to how the sprayer is, because you'd be sweating and be coming off. And at least it would get you through the majority of the workout. So for the price, I still think it's worth mentioning. Another one I'm going to mention is Starwalker by Mont Blanc. This is a interesting, just kind of clean, not in the fabric softener way, just kind of a citrusy, slightly aquatic scent profile that has bamboo. Okay, so that's kind of what really sets this one apart from most fragrances. It has a note of bamboo. And what it does is it makes it come off as like this kind of woody, slightly woody, but not herbal or anything like that. It's not green, but it has this woodiness to it that is very relaxing. It's going to remind you kind of like a spa or something like that. Again, this is very inoffensive. It's mass appealing. This isn't some huge compliment monster or anything like that. But it smells nice and it's relaxing. So this is something that, certainly could work for the gym. You get about 3 or 4 hours out of it. And it's, again, super cheap. You can get this for, I think, $16.99 for like the smaller size bottle. So anyway, those are the ones I wear to the gym the most. Now, there are others that I certainly could have added to this list. One that I would if it didn't perform as well as it did, and that's Bentley Silver Lake. That's supposed to smell a lot like Aqua de Jo. Essenza. It does have similar vibes. It's got this very just kind of fresh, effervescent, sparkly vibe. It's like if you took Aqua de Jo and you made it more just really kind of pop. It doesn't have that smoothness that Aqua de Jo has. It has more of a kind of like this fizziness to it. And that smells really dang good. But again, it lasts a little longer than I'd want, kind of my gym scents to usually last for. But there's a bunch of other ones. Versace Pour Homme, again, Versace Meno Fraiche. Same reasons I really didn't add those. Certainly I'm not going to add Dior Sauvage or Bleu de Chanel or anything like that. The original Aqua de Jo does work for a gym scent. I just prefer Perilous because it's cheap and I don't mind spraying it and wasting it, for just going to the gym. Anything really from the Aqua de Jo line would clearly work for a gym scent. And Chanel, again, Chanel or Home Sport, Extreme, any of those are all good as well. Dior Sauvage EDT, just be light on the trigger because it's going to really kind of come off. I mean, there's a million different ways you could have gone with this. Again, I was looking for cheap fragrances that I don't mind wasting, that aren't going to be long lasting, that smell fresh and clean. And so that's where my list came from, and these are ones I actually wear to the gym. So figure that would hopefully be helpful for some people who are interested in, maybe what to pick up. So hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions about specific ones, feel free to reach out or ask me, in the comment section. Or if you have any other recommendations, stuff that I should try, or review. Anyway, thank you all. Hopefully this helps some people.